Hey guys, welcome back to Counterside. In today's video, I made a big mistake last night, so it's prompted me to make the video of mistakes not to make in the game, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first mistake I want to mention, and it's the one I made last night, accidentally of all things, and that is collecting my mail. I was scrolling through my mail. I can't remember. I think it was some gems because I always collect gems and stuff out of the mail. That doesn't matter. But it was down the bottom here and I accidentally clicked get all. I had 54,000 stamina or whatever you call this stuff. What's it called? Eternium. I had 54,000 in there and I collected it all just before I was going to sleep. So definitely do not get that. And then I followed it up with another big mistake that I didn't realize until I made it. So if we go over here and we go into operation, and then we go over and we check out basically any mission that you want to do, we can just jump in here, for instance, say, for argument's sake, and jump into here. The stack operation. So I was using this. This is still not bad to use, but not in excess. So I think it was like, I can't remember. It cost 50 per run. I can't remember how many runs I did, but I had like over I think it was closer to 10,000 of these books. And I just went, screw it. I need to get rid, because I have this phobia of capping my Eternium. In every game, it's like the scariest thing if I overcap stamina. So I'm like, man, I got to burn this quick smart. So the thing with this stack operation is it lets you multiply it at the cost of those books. And it also multiplies the cost, you can't see because my head's in the way stupidly, but it also multiplies the cost of the Eternium. And it's basically like doing up to like 50, 100 runs at the same time. And it's a quick way to dump your Eternium. However, then this morning I woke up and I went to go ahead and skill up my units. And this is a complete just misstep by me. So these books, now the thing that got me was, I think I was looking at this book here and I remembered the skill books look like they have two books on them, which is this image down the bottom. But I was looking up the top here because there's a lot of like blue books in this game. And then I went to go ahead and do skill ups. So if we go over here to the lab and we go skill training, we go select target, and I wanted to do my Kyle. So I wanted to do Kyle's skills. Like I want to get this one up because eventually I want to get this to level 5 because it's a beastie skill. And then I'm like, wait, where's all my skill books? Because they look different, but up the top, you can see they're the same. It's just got a different icon up the top and I just didn't click. So it actually uses your skill books to do those sweeps. Now it's okay if you're sitting at 10,000 to use, like 500 at night. I was in an extreme circumstance where I accidentally collected my mail, which led me to make another extreme mistake. So that is something you definitely don't want to do. Now, moving on to other things, if we go here to the world map. Now, the world map, don't miss out on this. There's so much good stuff in here and you definitely want to do these. You want to unlock these. I don't know if it's worth it to unlock. I don't really want to use my premium currency, so I'm just waiting for the levels. At level 30, you unlock this third one. So you want to be doing these all the time. And now for me, what I'm actually looking for from these is, so the defense ones actually use one of your teams, so then you can't put them into battle. So if you're going to do that, make sure you use a team, like make a third or a fourth team that you're not actually using in combat. But the office work ones are fine. And so what I target with these office works ones is going to be these. I need these now. Before I was swimming in them. I had way too many. Now I'm desperate for them. So that's what I'm going for from here. But like, as I said, it's not so much about having to go for those. You can take whatever you want. The experience is also really good. Before that, I just went for the most experience. Like, it would have been used to that I'd go for this one because it's got the most experience. Although then you've got to calculate it across the hours. The other thing is, if you go into bed, take a longer one. If you're like, actively playing, take a shorter one and keep going. So this one, I'll take this one because it's got some of the blue books that I need as well. And then this one over here, we'll collect that. Get some more of those blue books, because as I said, it's the main way to get them, so I'm desperate now. And we'll go ahead and collect, and we'll do this one as well. So don't forget about that. And this is another thing, while we're in here, don't ignore the dive. The The dive is something that I didn't actually know about in the game until one of the quests prompted me to go here. But make sure you're always going down. The dive is like a really cruisy thing. You can go auto select crew, but as you can see here, it also costs this currency. So I don't know why. I think it's a bit silly having your skill ups linked to a currency that you use for sweeping and also for the dive, but it is what it is. And the dive, you get a lot of materials for ships and stuff like that. So make sure you're progressing through the dive and you don't leave that one out. The next one is, and I've mentioned this in videos before, so we're only going to take a minute, is don't build too many units at the same time. When you're starting the game, 4 units is fine. You'll eventually build it up as you pull some better units because you'll have some already leveled and then you want to level the other ones on top of that as well. And as you can see, when you build your teams, make sure you have versatility in your teams. Always have at least 1 or 2 units that can attack all types of enemies. Or if you do have a unit that only attacks air, have air and ground, you just want to be covered on your bases. Attacking all is the best way. Just to get covered, as you can see here, I've got 4 in this one that can attack all. You just don't want to get screwed by fighting enemies that have air units and you can't actually hit them. Just sucks. So don't build too many units. Have a nice balanced team. 1 tank on every team. This team doesn't have a tank because she's a DPS and she was kind of working as a tank for me, but she's getting a bit squishy. So I really need to, I don't know why I haven't started her up. I think I just forgot about her. But yeah, also try and build a balanced team. Have a tank. You don't really need supports early on, but you can if you want. As you can see, I pulled the support, so I threw her in. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is with your excess units that you don't need. So SSRs, and most SRs, hold onto them. In the future, there will be like a limit break system past 100 and you will need those dupes for that. So hold on to most of them. Why I say most is things that you can farm and you get a lot of. For instance, Lin Zhen. And we don't know how far down the road they are going to implement it. So for Lin Zhen example, I've been upgrading her using her dupes just because, she's farmable. You get a lot through progression as well, through like little quests and stuff like that. And I just pulled a heap of her. So I'm like, eventually if I need to and I really have to, I can do that. But most SRs, just hold them, and SSRs, hold those dupes. Wait for the limit breaking past level 100. Now, for the normals and rares, the normals you want to use as fodder for the upgrading. What do they call it? Let's go over. That was definitely the wrong place. The lab for the implant. So that's what you use the normals for. As for the rares, you want to more be selling the rares, especially if they're ones that you don't need and you're not going to use. And simply to do that, you're going to hit this. You're going to go here, click that. For instance, we'll go you. We'll go select. As you can see, you're going to get these cards. Now, the business cards, basically, you can exchange these for items in the shop so you can buy more stuff. So they're not bad to do. So that's why the rares, you want to do that because you actually get these. Plus you get a little bit of gold. The normals, you only get a tiny bit of gold. So that's why you use them for implants instead. But yeah, and the other thing is if you get like the notice that says, too much storage, don't get caught out and just keep clicking OK, because what it'll do is it'll keep spending gems to increase your limit. So that if you get that warning, that's how you can tell. And as you can see here, I've done it a couple times. That's just because I was impatient. But yeah, in possession 122 of 215. So when you expand that, it'll give you this notice. And sometimes people don't read and they just go, oh, okay. But it's expanding your inventory, so just keep that in mind. So you're better off just to go ahead and implant those normals and sell off those rares. Next up, along the way, you'll get a card to get a select ship. There's the Gleipner. And there's another one. Pick up the Gleipner. It's just a better one. There's other Gleipners that you can build, but you require the Gleipner and stuff like that. I'm just going to go quickly into that. I'll do a whole video on ships in the future, but that's just a quick one because it's something that everyone comes across along the way. So just pick up that one. It's just the better option. The next thing I want to mention is purchasing the stamina. I probably could have done this in the point when we were talking about stamina, but if you are refreshing, I know some people, it's a completely personal decision. If you are, you are. If you aren't, spending how you play. Some people just prefer summons, all that stuff. If you want to, it's your choice. It's just if you are refreshing the Eternium, make sure you're doing it daily on the discounts. So Depends how much you want to buy it per day. But if you're buying it daily, like get the 3 discounted at 50%. Don't go buy like 15 times a day because it goes from 50. It goes from half price to I think 75%, and then goes to normal. So if you're buying it, just try and spread it out throughout the day and don't buy it all in one day. Don't just go ham on one day and then not buy it the next. Just try and evenly buy it every day at the same point, so you're actually saving your premium currency in the long run. And the final tip before we jump in and actually do our daily free summons is on banners. Now, we've said it before many times, there are better units coming in the future. However, if you're a waifu over meta person, go as you will. It's all good. It's a game. It's about having fun, and that's the most important thing, whether it's meta, whether it's not. If you're a meta person, hold on for meta units. If you're not, summon for your waifus. Anyway, let's finish this video off with some good summons, please. Here's a single. Just a rare or a normal. That's all right. Let's go this one. Okay, I've not got an SSR from any of these things. I think we're on, I don't even know how many days we're up to, but I have not got one yet. Let's see if we can finally get some luck. Nah, still never off this banner. Oh my dude. And okay, we've got 2 of him. Okay, nothing I'm desperate for. Lollipop chick's alright, but I'm using the other tank. So that is where we are going to leave it. Like I said, it was a big mistake on my behalf collecting all the mail that just turned into a big snowball of horrible decisions that I decided to share with you. Anyway, do I have enough for it to skill him up yet? The whole time I just wanted to do this. Sweet. Kyle Wong, getting there. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.